Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Home with professional commentary. I believe today we'll probably finish the story. Last time, if you don't remember, we found Rachel's stabbed and slashed body in the basement. Yeah, and then I went to sleep, and now we'll see what happens. Maybe I would use some of Rachel's travel books and find some place to go. That's an interesting thought to go to first. It was my wallet with its contents intact. Either I dropped that stuff or somebody else did. Maybe I was sleepwalking again, or maybe somebody stole it from me. Okay, first bit of information that I found now that apparently I'm sleepwalking. Norman store, that forest, the water tower. Was I at those places before? Probably. I didn't see how it could have happened any other way. I must have been the one to lose my wallet and its contents. But what does that mean? No, I don't know. What's this? This was the old photo of that other man and his wife, I assumed. I found it in that house. I recall those faded remains I'd found deep underneath his house. What had he done there? Well, what did I think? Was that man involved in this whole mess somehow? I don't think so. I wasn't sure, but the poor old bastard was good and dead. He was a victim, not a criminal. Within the few broken pieces that remained of that mirror, I could see my face had grown pale and weak. I couldn't bear to look again. It was like I didn't actually expect a reflection. I felt empty and drained. I think I know what's happening now. I think the game is setting up my own story based on the things I collected. It was the keycard I found at the bottom of that factory locker. I never did bother to use it. Someone had been going through those lockers and poking around the plant. Still, it didn't quite add up. Was I the one who had been going back to the factory? I didn't think so. Somebody was using that locker room, but it definitely wasn't me. I'd given up drinking, remember? No. But okay. The laptop had finally run out of power. Boop doop doop doop. Okay, then we go in this door, where the bathroom is. The reflection in that grimy glass was only a shadow, a whisper. I am that whisper. Hello. I still loved the old-time charm of that claw-footed bathtub, though it seemed like cold comfort then. Okay. Boop, boop, boop. Yeah, I think the game is setting up basically how it'll end depending on what I got, like the items that I picked up, and how I answer it now. It was a letter I had taken from a postbox. Rachel, were you really having an affair with Norman? But why? I didn't think things were that bad. In the letter, Rachel seemed concerned. She almost seemed worried of what Norman might do. Did he do that to Rachel? I don't know. I don't know. Let's go with yes, because I don't want to be the one. I was sure of it. She wanted to end their affair, and that bastard, he killed her for it. A lot of it made sense. Norman was clearly seeing Rachel a lot, so he had plenty of time to plan it out. He knew where we lived, obviously. Is that why Rachel looked so scared when I came home that day? What had happened to me? Did Norman knock me out or something? I don't know. From now on, I'd have no one to get angry with me for stupid things like buying this TV. Also, why is there a condom on this lamp? Okay. Onwards we go. Did I go through this? I don't think I've gone through this yet. What's in here? We have my old office safe sat on the floor. It uses a digital passcode. Did I try to open it? Yes. An 8-digit code. What is that damn code? I don't know. I can actually type it in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Damn. I couldn't remember. I leafed through the notebook I had taken from Forrest. In it were the names that had been written down. Ooh, Heather, Olivia, Ashley, Cheryl, Iris, Daphne, Holly, Rose, Rachel. I recall the names I saw scratched out on that old desk deep within those musty tunnels. Was the man in the house really up to something? I think I have a puzzle thingy. Oh, bugger. But I found no. Show me the code. My old office. Yes. I think I... no, hold on. Was he the one responsible for Rachel's murder? But I found him dead. Okay, hold on. Guys, I'm quickly going to... Because I believe that the length of those names with passcodes, and there were 8 of them. So I'll quickly go check the old footage and then I'll input it here. See you guys in a little while. Alrighty lads, I went about and had a bit of a look-see. That was not the code that was in here. Good thing, because otherwise that would have been a bit screwed. This code is actually it is a digital passcode, yes. The passcode you get if you've bought wow, good job brain, good me. If you've bought the Steam version or whatever, then within the PDF files of the game in Steam, you actually get the code for this. So it's, I'll quickly type it, 4R3UH, no, big H, ER3. The code worked. I pulled open the small safe door and peered inside. There was a photo in there of Rachel and I when we had first moved to town. In it we were smiling outside the front of the house, which looked like a real mess. We looked happy though. Odd, I couldn't remember who took that photo. Probably Norman. Inside the safe was also an envelope. The front of it read, "Do not open until I tell you." I guess this was a good time as any to see what was inside. Did I open the envelope and read what was inside? Yeah, well, I can't really think of what else to do. I had to open the envelope and remove the yellow lined paper inside. On it was a letter written in a hand that looked familiar. The letter read, "I know this whole event has probably been pretty difficult. You can't imagine how hard it's been for me to... well, maybe you can. That isn't meant to be an excuse, but, well, I hope you can better understand why I've done what I've done. Moving to this town seemed like such a dream, a quiet place to get established, to live out our lives and to be together. But you know as well as I do that things quickly changed. Your drinking was one thing, but as you grew more distant, as you retreated into that world of yours, well, it was clear you didn't need me as much. In fact, maybe you never needed me at all. But it took all this to make you realize. In the end, though, you may never forgive me for this. You may never forgive yourself. But this is probably for the best. You'll be healthier for this. I'm just sorry it had to happen this way, Rachel." Oh, that is unfortunate. Makes sad. All the sads. It seemed like I had seen all there was. Maybe though I was ready to go back into the basement. Okay, basement. Maybe there wouldn't be anything for me to find, but I had to take a last look. Why? Why is that a thing I want to do? What's this? If I was guilty, I could take this to a warm, safe place and do something about it. Did I pick up the knife? I could take this to a... Why would I take a knife to a warm, safe place? A weird wording of choice. Did I pick up the knife? Yeah, sure, why not? I took the knife and kept it firmly in my hand. Now that I stood there, I realized I couldn't go back into that room again. I had already seen too much. Was the only point of me doing that to get the knife? Is this open? Hey, the back door's open again. No, this is not the back door. There would be no more dinners here, no more chit-chat over breakfast. At least not for us. Can I go out? Oh, I must have locked the door. Never mind. Well, what else can we do? Go to the front door, maybe? What's this? The mail still sat there, heaped on the floor. How long had Rachel been lying in the basement? I know I needed to escape that nightmare, but what about the knife I still carried? I wondered, even if I left, would it really be over? So I'd leave the house forever. Yes. I will become a new person. I will be Sanchez, and I will move to Mexico, and I will own a piñata factory. Living in this town hadn't been easy. The plant had helped in some way to stay grounded. It kept me in line, gave me something to do, and helped me get away from my past. When the factory closed, everything changed. I guess that was when I started sleepwalking, disappearing for hours at a time. Pff, that's bloody safe. I had MRIs and piles of doctor's reports, but nothing seemed to help, not even drinking. But I swear I had tried to give it up. I know it. The sleepwalking never really went away, though. But I know Rachel had tried. I know she had tried to be there for me, even when everything was falling apart. This night had unearthed terrible truths, but I knew it was a final act of a long-standing horror I'd been living. Waking up in that house tonight was the final cruelty. I wish I had remained unconscious in that room forever. I wasn't sure what had happened to that other man I had found in the house. He seemed to be more a victim, but what was his role in all this? After making it out of those tunnels, I thought those sewers might feel safer. I was wrong. The security tape I had watched showed someone being attacked by what looked like 2 people. But who was it that was attacked? I found the contents of my wallet scattered throughout the town. Why the hell had I been out there? Had my sleepwalking gone to some new extreme? The thought that I couldn't account for my whereabouts, but knew I had been to that forest and even Norman's place, well, it was terrifying. I didn't know what that meant, but at least I had recovered my things, hopefully. I thought that would cover my tracks, so I wouldn't be blamed for all this. Deep within those woods, though, was where things became truly awful. Finding that notebook only made things worse. Rachel's name had been on that list, so what terrible plot was she a part of? There was a similar list of names on that desk back in those tunnels. What was the connection? My whereabouts was still confusing, but I was at least sure that it wasn't me who had gone back to the factory time and time again. I hoped that meant I wasn't responsible for what happened to that poor guard, or the old locker room for that matter. After all, it had been a long time since I'd had anything to drink. Hadn't it? After the factory, I thought I might find some solace if I could just get to Norman's store, but all I had found were more horrors and more questions. Now that I really considered it, that's when I should have seen it coming. Norman, you were dead, and it was damn hard to feel about that. It was clear you and Rachel were more than just friends, but obviously whatever had been going on had gone badly, so why did you kill her? Did she want out of whatever you two were getting into? What were you responsible for the other murders? I can't read, I'm sorry. Were you responsible for the other murders and of those other horrible things that had gone on in that town? I would find no peace. That much was certain, but this way I didn't have to look you in the eye or sit through some kind of trial wonder. Trial wonder, yes. Go through some kind of trial and wonder what was going through your head. When I had marched through the rain towards home, I desperately clung to the hope that this would end. And I guess in a way it did. But how could I have known how hopeless it all was? I had started to feel as disoriented as when I sleepwalked. To think of it now. When I entered from the backyard, I knew something was wrong. I could feel it. No sounds, no movement. It was like the entire house had been holding its breath, waiting for me. But Rachel. Oh, Rachel. No one could have been prepared for that. Norman, I will never forgive you for what you've done. Your death is no comfort. I only wish it could have been me who made you breathe your loss. Maybe it was. For whatever reasons you had, I could never have fathomed that this would be the end. My Rachel was dead, she was gone, and soon I would be. As I swung open the door and stepped out into the air, I caught the scent of wet grass and fog. Rachel, my beautiful wife, just the thought of her again, cold and inert, shook me from the head to toe. What would I do now? Who could I turn to? It would only be a matter of time before the police got involved, before the neighbors knew. The front lawn was soft and giving beneath my feet. I couldn't shake the urge that I shouldn't stand there, but rather that I should run. Oh, okay. That seems to be the end of it then? Interesting. That was okay, yeah, there were a few points that were a bit tense and suspenseful, which I do appreciate. It wasn't your standard jump scary thing, it was a more bit of a thriller type of thing. It's a bit odd, because I don't know how I feel about actually, like, creating my own story. Dedicated to my wife Nancy, watch your back. Yeah, I'm not really sure how to feel about this, because you basically... Oh, okay. Advertising. I'll probably cut this out. There were lots of points that I felt like what was... I felt like it just kept on going and it didn't really fulfill anything. I'm not even sure about the ending I chose. It doesn't really feel like I've resolved much. It's basically just, oh, okay, this is what I think. It's not even what I truly wanted it to end up as. It's just basically what I thought would make a good-ish story. But it was interesting. I found the storytelling quite interesting. I had fun just figuring out what was going on. Apparently, sleepwalking. That's about it. You could have probably made an interesting story as well, where I guess I killed everyone, literally everyone. I killed no one killed anyone, everyone just died. I wonder what that person was that was following me. That also never really got resolved. But other than that, I still quite enjoyed this game. It's interesting. And if you've enjoyed it as well, maybe even try your own playthrough, maybe make your own choices at the end, see if you find some more items. I'm pretty damn sure I didn't pick up quite a few to develop the story a bit more, and then yeah, tell me what type of stories you got. I'd be interested to hear it. I'd quite enjoy hearing about different perspectives and what other people finished with. In the meantime, though, thank you for joining me and having this experience with me. I really do appreciate it. And then I'll see you guys in the next episode of whatever I'll be playing at the time. In the meantime, my name is Phil, and this has been Professional Commentary. If you're new, like and subscribe to the channel. If you aren't new and you have subscribed, like our videos anyway, and comment your favorite sweet, candy, whatever, from America. And then I'll see you guys next time. Ha, thank you. Ta-ta.